You open your pantry, searching for a can of milk for a favorite recipe. Two nearly identical cans sit side by side. One says evaporated milk. The other says condensed milk. They look almost the same, but using the wrong one can completely change the result. Your creamy soup might turn into a sugary surprise, or your dessert might end up strangely bland. So why are these two products so similar, yet so different? And how did removing water from milk become one of the most practical food inventions ever created? Today, we're uncovering the story behind two humble pantry staples that have transformed kitchens around the world: evaporated milk and condensed milk, right here on History of Simple Things. Fresh milk is one of the most useful foods humans consume, but it has one major weakness: it spoils quickly. Before refrigeration, this was a serious challenge. In warm weather, milk could sour within hours. Transporting it over long distances was difficult, and in growing cities, safe milk was not always easy to obtain. For centuries, people searched for ways to preserve it. Cheese, yogurt, and butter helped, but they changed milk into something else entirely. What inventors wanted was a way to keep milk as milk, just in a form that lasted much longer. The solution was surprisingly simple: remove most of the water. Milk is about 87% water. The rest contains fats, proteins, lactose, vitamins, and minerals. If you remove a large portion of that water, everything else becomes concentrated. The milk becomes richer, thicker, and far easier to store. This also makes it harder for microorganisms to grow. Less water means fewer opportunities for bacteria to multiply. By taking out the water, milk becomes smaller, sturdier, and much more practical for shipping and storage. That idea led to two different products, each with its own purpose. In the 1850s, American inventor Gail Borden set out to solve a public health problem. After witnessing how dangerous contaminated milk could be, he developed a safer alternative. His method involved heating milk under reduced pressure so water could evaporate at lower temperatures. Then he added a large amount of sugar. The sugar served two roles. It sweetened the milk and acted as a preservative by binding water, making it difficult for bacteria to survive. The result was sweetened condensed milk, thick, glossy, and intensely sweet. During the American Civil War, condensed milk became a popular ration for soldiers because it was nutritious, compact, and shelf-stable. After the war, it became a household staple around the world. Manufacturers soon realized they could preserve concentrated milk without adding sugar. This led to evaporated milk. Like condensed milk, about 60% of the water is removed. But instead of relying on sugar, the milk is sterilized inside sealed cans. This process kills harmful microorganisms and allows the product to remain safe for months. The result is unsweetened, concentrated milk with a creamy texture and a slightly cooked flavor. It tastes like milk that has been given a richer, more velvety personality. The essential difference between the two products is simple. Evaporated milk contains no added sugar. Condensed milk, usually labeled sweetened condensed milk, contains a large amount of added sugar. That single change transforms both the flavor and the function. Evaporated milk is versatile and savory-friendly. Condensed milk is unmistakably sweet and designed primarily for desserts. If evaporated milk is milk wearing a tailored suit, condensed milk is milk dressed for a birthday party and carrying a giant cake. Evaporated milk is commonly used in soups, sauces, casseroles, coffee, and mashed potatoes. It adds creaminess without the heaviness of cream and without extra sweetness. Many people dilute it with water to approximate fresh milk when refrigeration is unavailable. Condensed milk is a dessert powerhouse. It is essential in fudge, key lime pie, caramel, ice cream, and countless sweets around the world. In the Philippines, it is a familiar ingredient in fruit salads, leche flan, and halo-halo. In Brazil, it stars in brigadeiros. In Vietnam, it sweetens strong coffee. One can enrich his dinner, the other practically is dessert. Can you substitute them? Usually, no. Using condensed milk instead of evaporated milk will make a savory recipe overwhelmingly sweet. Imagine sweet mashed potatoes when nobody asked for dessert. Using evaporated milk instead of condensed milk removes both sweetness and thickness, leaving desserts less rich and far less indulgent. In emergencies, evaporated milk can be turned into a rough substitute by adding sugar, but the results are not always identical. Recipes generally expect one or the other for a reason. So, which one is better? Neither is better. They simply serve different purposes. Evaporated milk is ideal when you want creamy richness without added sugar. Condensed milk is perfect when you want sweetness, thickness, and unmistakable indulgence. One is the quiet multitasker of the pantry. The other arrives like a sugar-powered celebrity. Evaporated milk and condensed milk begin with the same idea. Remove water from fresh milk to make it last longer. But one remains unsweetened and flexible, while the other is transformed by sugar into a dessert essential. Their creation solved a major challenge of the pre-refrigeration world and changed the way people cooked across continents. So the next time you see those two nearly identical cans on the shelf, you'll know that one is designed to make your soup silky, while the other is prepared to turn nearly anything into a sweet treat. Two cans, one brilliant concept, and a simple lesson in food science hiding in plain sight. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.